Here's why I sometimes don't like live poker.
Idiot from Northern Europe.
I really enjoyed playing the tournaments, and there was a lot of friendly chat at the table. There was a lot of great people at the table, a lot of great banter.
Do I have a 5?
A 3-4.
3-4. I'm gonna bet you $1,200.
But every now and again in live poker, you come face to face with people that are very rude or are very angry and tilted and degenerate.
No, it's not called speech play. It's called being a bad person. You should really check yourself.
What?
Check your privilege.
This is called speech.
It's not very pleasant, you know. There was some moments that I didn't like. So most of it was me I was having a great time building stacks and just having a blast. Even though like I lost, I want to say like 5K on the week or whatever, which is obviously, you know, not a significant amount, but I was still having a blast, you know, with tournaments, building a stack, and then I ran bad a little bit or whatever. There was at least like 3 people that were just being so rude to the dealers. I felt bad for the dealers, guys.
Buddy, you're an idiot.
Yeah, but I'm an idiot with a stack.
Like, what are you doing? Like, learn how to count, or like, why are you, you know, dealing the cards so high, or like, you know, or like loudly saying, wow, the dealers here are terrible, and then the dealer's like looking at him with the side of his eye, like, what did he say? Like, I heard you, brother. You know, that's kind of rude, you know? I didn't like that aspect of it. I really don't like when people are rude to the dealers. I don't know what it is. It kind of rubs me the wrong way when like blatantly rude. I mean, like really trying to be rude to the dealers. I really don't like that. And then you get some people like the situation I had where the guy was just like cursing and angry at me, like directed towards me, and like unethically called the clock in like 10 seconds. Like, you can't call a clock in 10 seconds. I feel like it's just wrong. 90% of it was good, but that 10%, you come face to face with like really degenerate gamblers sometimes, and that could not be fun. Like online, you don't have to deal with that or whatever, so there's benefits to that. I would say there's nothing that really beats the feeling of like building a stack or a mountain.
How on earth has he found that? Wow.
In a live tournament or a live cash game. I won't lie. When you have like a mountain of chips in front, you know, it's like when you're playing online right now, like even you look at the big stack at this table, Huang, he's sitting with 190,000 Yuan. I want to say it's like 23,000, 24,000 USD that he's sitting with here. It's not the same because it's just a number on a screen, you know what I mean? When you're playing live and you've got mountains of chips in front of you and you're just like making room for all your chips and you're stacking them up and you're like trying to figure out how to like tame your mountain, like it's just it's such a good feeling. Whether it's an MTT or a cash game, I'd rather have a mountain of chips in a tournament where there's like a lot of money up top and you're like around the bubble and you're just raising and like just having a great time. And cash game is kind of cool too, but like that's the part about live I really like. It's just the chips. I like shuffling chips. I like having a mountain in front of me, so that part of it was great. We got a big pre-flop race here, but we're gonna call. I mean, this guy is pretty tight, so I'm not like thrilled, you know, unless we hit a flush or something. Okay, so he checks it over to us. We're gonna check back here. 7 of clubs is a great card. We're gonna bet half pot here. And he snap calls. I imagine he has like ace king, ace queen or something. I'm still gonna bet here to try to blow him off like an ace king, ace queen, but oh, he has aces. Guys, I stand corrected. He has pocket aces. Wow, okay. I always say, the only thing you can focus on in poker, play your best. Just play your best and literally forget the rest. You know, play your best, forget the rest. That's it. Always easier said than done, though. You gotta try your best, you know? We're gonna check it over to Mr. K. Pepe. He checks, okay. And then we get this guy leading out. Kind of a tight-ish player. I still feel like I have to call here, even though he's pretty tight. We should have quite a lot of outs. He checks. Yeah, I'm gonna check back here and hope to win. Ooh, yeah, he had some big trouble there. Yeah, when you see somebody playing 8% PFR, usually they're pretty tight even post-flop. Those are the kind of guys that don't really like to put that much money in with a weak-ish hand. Ooh, hello, Mr. Aces. X-Chopper says, Jack, do you ever play the 200, 400, 800 on here? I have in the past, yes, but that game doesn't run very often. But yes, absolutely, I've played that game. Let's see what Huang does. I want to raise to 30 big blinds. That's why I switched to big blinds really quick. I'm going to raise to 30 big blinds and see what Huang wants to do here. What you got, Huang? Damn it. That's not what we wanted to see there, guys. We didn't want to see a fold. We've got pocket aces. You know, that's the one hand you definitely don't want to see a fold when you have. Especially, like, I find it even more satisfying in live poker. Online is so satisfying too, but in live poker, I know it's like this, like a fishy thing to say, you know? When you look at your cards and you see pocket aces, you're just like, you get this amazing feeling. It's like a dopamine hit. You're just like, pocket aces, like the world is my oyster right now. You know, like anything that happens pre-flop, I'm loving life. and there's not many flops that I'm going to be unhappy with. Just seeing aces, it's just like, oh. Pocket fours here, we're facing a raise from the button. I'm going to take a flop, of course, and hit a 4. Why not? Why would I not hit a 4 here, guys? We're going to check it over to Mr. K. Pepe, see what he wants to do. Oh, he bets big. Okay, he bets big. I'm going to call. Not a good turn for us. We don't want to see a diamond. That's the only thing we don't want to see on the turn. Every other turn is fine, besides for a diamond. He checks. And then another diamond comes off. That's a really bad run out for us here. Really, really bad run out. We're going to check and see if he wants to bluff at this, maybe. Disgusting spot here. But he does check, and we'll take it, you know. Take a small pot, I guess. That could have been a big pot if the river came a brick. Ooh, pocket queens. So next hand went under the gun. So we got pocket queens now. We'll raise it up. Hopefully VPIP comes along. Yes, he does. We got 2 flats. Okay. We're going to bet 899 here. What a dangerous looking bet. What does Mr. VPIP want to do? He folds. Okay. This guy is Mr. Un-VPIP. We're going to bet 3,200 here into Mr. No VPIP. Let's see what he wants to do. He calls again. Interesting. I'm going to make a little value bet here. 3,604. Okay, he folds. Small value bet. The jack looks like a scary card, but it's not. Yeah, that card is not scary at all. It looks like a scary card, though. But he can never, like, we block the hell out of king queen, and he probably doesn't have king queen because when he calls a flop, he could have some king queen, but we block the hell out of king queen. Queen 8 is never a thing. 7-8 is never a thing because we bet flop. So it looks like all the straights came in and this and that, but he's never going to have any of those hands. He could have like a hand like Jack 10 suited, Jack 9 suited though. But he could also have a lot of 1-pair hands, but he is tight, so he's not going to make a wide call on the river. So probably a close-ish spot to c-bet or not to c-bet in that situation. Queen 10 of clubs. Hello. Okay. And we got a big raise here and a big call. A call here from Clut. And he's a tight player and he just calls here. Maybe if I have like Queen 9 suited, I'll just toss it. Ooh, look at this flop, guys. Wow. It's a big boy flop here. Drawing to a straight flush. I'm gonna min raise here and then probably jam a turn. We could have just called and hit our straight flush. Rabbit hunt. Oh, a jack comes. Oh, because the thing is, there's a dynamic in these guys. We rabbit hunted there. There's a dynamic in these guys because calling could be a decent idea. You get a portion of the jackpot when you hit a straight flush. And if your opponent folds, you can't get that. So when you have a straight flush draw, there's an extra layer of dynamics, right? So usually I would always raise that Queen 10 of clubs there if I'm playing like a regular game that doesn't have the jackpot. But I was considering just calling on the flop because if you hit a jack of clubs, you get paid quite a lot of money. Right now the jackpot is 680,000. And if you hit a straight flush, oh my God, it's 58,000 Juan. I probably should have just called there. We saw the jack of diamonds on the turn. Maybe the jack of clubs was coming on the river. We got pocket jacks here. I love pocket jacks. One of my favorite hands. My 4th favorite hand, actually. We're going to raise 1,338 here. Let's see if Wolf wants to come along. Maybe he wants to go all in or something crazy, you know? Nope. Do you want to come along, my friend? He does. I'm going to bet 630. Kind of a small, really small bet here. We get a call. We're going to barrel small on the turn as well. 1,546. Try to get his pocket pairs in there and stuff. He calls again. Let's bet 1,800 on the river. We'll still get calls from some 10s. We'll still get calls from some lower pairs. He's going to have ace-5 obviously as well too. Hands like that. I mean, he's playing pretty tight, so he's going to have like ace-rag quite a bit. But I like the way I play that hand. I think he's going to have some worse hands as well. He'll have like king 10 and stuff like that. Pocket 7s, pocket 8s. Just hands like that that are just going to have to call me down there. So I really like the way we play that hand for sure. When you guys hear this, tell me live poker or online poker and why? Why do you prefer live poker or why do you prefer online poker? What's your take on it? My take is online poker is so convenient. You can be at home in your pajamas, literally crawl out of bed, no commute. All the numbers are on the screen for you, so you don't have to do any heavy thinking. You don't have to deal with any angry, tilted people, you know, that you have to deal with in live poker. So for me, online poker just takes the cake in many ways. But when you play live poker, it's definitely just more soft. That is without a doubt, I think. Because you get a lot of the very old crowd that plays live poker. At the same time, you can only play one table, right? Online, you can play multiple tables. Live, you can only play one table. So there's so much give and take. And yeah, for me, I strongly prefer online in general. But I think it's kind of nice to play live from time to time as well, to kind of switch things up a little bit. You know, you don't want to get into like a rut, a very mundane routine where you're only playing live or you're only playing online or whatever, because you just kind of get used to it and your brain just kind of autopilots and stuff. I think it's important to switch up even game formats from time to time, just once in a green moon, you know? If you're a cash game player, play an MTT. If you're a heads-up player, a cash game or an MTT or whatever. Just switch up the game format from time to time as well, just to like keep your brain from getting to the point where you're just kind of like just too much in autopilot, you know? I think that's really important. Let's focus on our Pocket Kings. I see a question came in the Twitch chat. I'll get to that in a minute. We're gonna limp and a raise. I'm gonna raise this up versus Giant Enigma. Let's see what he wants to do. We would love to get this in. Pocket Kings here. If he jams, that would be fantastic. Put it all in. Just shove it all in there. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Throw it all in. There he goes. There he goes. And he's got jacks. That's not a good flop for us, guys. We do have a straight draw, so we do have some outs here. But terrible flop, terrible turn. Let's see if we do bink. Okay, very nice, very nice. I was gonna say that was the second time we're gonna lose pair over pair in one stream. It is what it is, guys. You know, it is what it is. You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. This time we won. We'll take it. David Poker says, you can play online poker on a laptop whilst playing live. Issues with that, but I have seen people do it many times before. Yeah, I've seen people do. I know people personally that are doing that. I feel like you're half-assing both at that point. I don't think it's a good idea. I feel like you're gonna miss things at the live poker. Like when you're playing live poker, you want to get reads on people and stuff. And when you're playing online, you want to pay attention too. Like for both, you want to be paying attention. So I don't think that's such a good idea in general. If you have to every now and again, but as like a constant grind, that's a lot. Because if you're playing online poker on your phone, you can play like one table. Maybe you can play one table online, one table live. I don't know.